Has everything been going well for everybody? Uh, we will have talk about the triggering topics, but as you can read, my streams will contain talking about triggering mature topics. As you can read, this is considered not safe for work, but just be careful. You know, I have put a warning out there. So let's go ahead and get to the scene, get to the everything. And there is something I gotta you know, I've been working on this piece for a while, but I will show you what I finally finished. What I finally finished when it came to the art piece I've done for for a few weeks. Couldn't figure out, but I had to, take a break from drawing because I had work to do. And this is the finished piece that I was working on for about 1 to 2 weeks. I get back to it. I like the amethyst colors. I like how the texture on the ground, as you can see here. See here. And yeah, we'll go ahead and work on this. This is going to basically be uh, a joke kind of a card. My brother is getting me my Arizona green teas or some other tea. I try to stay away from soda as much as I can. And guess what? My boyfriend decided to get the probiotic version of Pepsi. I tried it. It's like, wow. And it got stevia in it. And yeah, it's just really nice that um that I got to uh try it. And one of the people, like, when I told my boyfriend about how Nova Online decided to make a video, a crappy video at that. And then all of a sudden, the Pepsi company on TikTok was like, okay, let's go ahead and uh, comment on Nova Online's post. So there are going to be some spots that I'm going to have to redo. Okay, hold on. 5. There are some things I got to redo with this. So gonna close the gaps. Anyways, and then some stuff that just makes no sense. Oh, go ahead. Oh, that's the soft one. I'm looking for the hard one. There we go. And it's pretty big. And I just thought it was kind of funny. We make jokes about internet culture, especially if you guys seen it. The one about the quick spatulas. The quick. We made fun of Chris Chan's initials. And I just thought it was very funny how that they didn't think much about it. That's crazy how they just got away with that. They're probably going to be like, okay, Chris, you're going to have to surrender your initials because we are a company. Oh, I just thought it was just funny. My boyfriend pointed it out at the time. It's like, you know what? We're going to film this. I had to ask him the question. What's. Oh, it's just hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. Even though London tried whining and stuff like that. And I just thought it was funny to explain the video, but it's not funny when London whines. She does that when she wants attention, she wants food, she wants water, whatever it may be. Stuff like that. And oh, there we go. Sorry, it's just trying to mess up on me. My brother's get. I already gave him the money for the drinks, so yeah, most likely like. So how y'all doing tonight? Did you find everything good tonight? Yeah, I guess you guys did, but like yeah, everything's going okay so far. Life's been good so far. Oh, okay. And then this is going to be lined up. And speaking of Ed, he'll be on his way. Wendy likes to bother uh, Ed, my brother. And like Wendy has a love hate moment. Not like hate, but like and dislike moment. Like I mean, the only time my girl, Wendy, decides to like bark at Ed, my brother, in their case, that's Uncle Ed to them. And the only time Wendy would get so close to my brother would have to sit down and let Wendy, love on him, sniffing his ears and everything. He's like, oh my goodness, so cute. So cute that the girls are like, okay, he's not that bad at all. And then London got into the progress. London thinks it's okay to bark at my brother because Wendy barked at my brother for a long time now. Like, except for maybe like. Gonna get a little closer. My brother will be coming in just a moment. So. Alright. I just thought it was funny. Yesterday, though, I don't want to mention too much about yesterday. I took the day off just to feel better and also spend time with my sister. We went all the way to Springfield Mall, the White Oaks Mall. It was so much more emptier than the one in Fairview Heights. I like the Fairview Heights one because, like, it seemed like there's more people at that place and it's more fun, more interesting stuff. Even though I thought it was quite funny. I was about to get myself a Jax plush from Majin Digital Circus. I am going to be so sad when the Majin Digital Circus stops. But, everything has to end somehow. Like, especially, like, I could have swore when I was theorizing that they can use their imagination to, like, I had a fan theory and it became legit. Okay. The the characters, like, ever since that episode with Kane getting the butterfly that heals. London! I guess that's home. My brother. But anyways, my point is that I knew they were going to manifest, and then realizing that Pomni was able to manifest. Girls! But like manifest a door. That was like she was seeing doors, right? And that's all she could think about is to escape. And there was one part in the very beginning where she's trying to escape. Sorry for the girls barking. My brother's probably like, he'll come in a moment. But like, yeah, I knew they were able to do an imagination kind of. Oh, undo that. But like, they were able to. Here's my brother. You can come on in for a moment. Everybody since 2020 thought Ed was like, Ed doesn't need a girlfriend. He don't. Girlfriends are expensive by many people. You can come in for a little bit. Just shut the door. How many did you get? Two? Oh, watch out. Thanks, Ed. Wendy, got it? Hey. Just shut the door when you can't. Oh, and let London out first. London. Out. Come on. Out, London. Come on out, London. Good girl. Alright. And I'm just going to drink one for the day and one for... Like in 2020, everybody thought of the term Arizona cactus juice. But I'll put that there for now. The Capybara and Sprigatito are like having... Okay, let me find out. They got the can. I got another one, so... Anyways, my point is with the Amazing Digital Circus, I swear I was right. Like, how does Pomni be able to not deal with any more of the projection or whatever? Oh, it tastes so good. And it's just kind of cool. It's a form of manifestation. And okay, I'll just have to get rid of this. Not this, but like, I just thought it was just real interesting that I knew, because ever since the other episode where Kinger was talking with Ragatha, and it was just like he manifested a healing butterfly, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be a bit awesome how it's gonna go. And then I don't know how she didn't go through there earlier. Pomni did when it come to those exit doors until way later. Spoiler alert: the 8th episode, where Kane is like destroyed. He D-I-E-D. D-I-E-D. He died. It was just so funny at the end, though. It's like, holy shit. And they actually, they're on their way to escape. And something tells me in the next episode, they're gonna, like, go through hell of, like, let me see. But, like, yeah, the moment of truth that the whole circus is going to fall apart while they're trying to escape. That's what I think. Mari the bunny. Okay. Is Kai Mari? Okay, new. No, not that. Open. Alright, this is Mari and her, she is a she. Like, I was gonna originally use her as my persona, but maybe I can, like, change the name a little. Mari, whatever, maybe. And this is like a perspective kind of thing. For real. Okay. Alright. Do and do the excuse me. And this? No, undo that. Alright, okay. Let's go ahead and undo that. There we go. But yeah, during that, anyways, back to the mall situation. I almost had an anxiety attack because this Spencer's at this White Oaks Mall is like, oh my goodness, it's crazy. Like, stuck in there. That was in a lot of people's way. This Spencer's had like a really horrible roomage. Like, it just, like, all the play toys, if you catch my drift, are like, and it was like a little far away. But I told my sister, we'll go to the one in Gun Carbon or whatever, when it's like I don't know, she is such a pretty bunny. Come on. Perfect. Really gave me an anxiety moment. Like, I almost lost myself. So, London, go lay down. And like, it was just kind of screwed up that I don't know. I don't freaking know. Like, just a lot going on. And it's basically, okay, what is it? The piercings. Piercings are purple too. My favorite color is purple. She got ear gauges. But she has to dress formally. She does not take her piercings out. She doesn't, like, just stuff. She got darker ears on the inside. So she's basically a chocolate rabbit with grape flavoring or something. And it's kind of funny though. Okay, what should I do with... Okay, I gotta do a few things. Some of this stuff is just a little too big of a... Alright, there we go. And this is... I suck at drawing hands. I need to practice on hands or something. And like... Yeah, just... Okay, have this taken care of. Okay. See if there's any other spots that... Nope. Not a good spot. But like, yeah, I just thought it was just kind of fucked up that I almost had an anxiety attack. I had to get out of the store. Like, it was just hurting. Okay, I'll have to those. Let me make sure my camera is all right. And like it's just really weird that time. I felt something wasn't right. And we were just looking for shoes for my niece. My niece, she's big. Not just in like feet, but she's bigger in weight. And that makes me sad, but she don't want to put in the efforts of, healing herself. I mean, yeah, be raised on fast food and stuff. That's one thing. And like, I don't freaking know. I guess I'll go ahead and put this, like a corset kind of thing. And like, match the color theme. The matching color scheme, or not scheme, but just, oh goodness. I'll go ahead and grab this, put that cloth of, and then like a silver look to it. Hold on. No, that's not gonna work. Maybe this. Perfect. Number 4. Alright, we just need to get a background and some shading issues in a moment. Now I remember what I was going to do. Her web feet. It's going to be like a dark brown too. Okay, get rid of this. Should I just make posters again for live streams? I think I'm going to need to do better on... Hello, viewer. I just need to do better on, like, advertising my, advertising the, streams. I do have a lot of stream posters. I want to redraw some of them. We're going to just save this for now. I do something I want to draw so bad. Lily Love braids. Images. She is a type of character I really love out of that series. Not just because she's purple, but because she's villainous. Kind of. I just gotta figure out how to. I'm not sure exactly what to say. Oh goodness, she'd be a lot to draw because I don't do braids very well, but I can always go a little easier and put her into my style. So that's one thing I want to do. But like, she... But like, I don't know. A lot of people be like making fetish art and stuff, and that's wrong. Even though her mind is like a 6-year-old, this was an adult that got brainwashed. Conversion into being a toy. Maybe when I do this privately. I'll do it privately. When it comes to finding or wanting to create uh, an art piece of Lily Love braids. So I'm definitely gonna see about drawing her in the future. It's pop. She's the popular thing right now, and London, Wendy, go lay down. Or maybe something I gotta show you that's cool. Just bought this so I can use it for the Ren Fair. For my, oh. All you gotta do is put this on your shoulder, like this. It's my little. I don't know what to name him. I think he's gonna be part of the series in a triple midnight run, and I'm definitely gonna have to make more lore, but at the same time, I want to like, you know, I want to do cosplays again of the said. Okay, I think oh hell, yeah, yeah. I was thinking the same thing when I got it. I got it on Amazon of all places, but definitely like it does look like Lucas the Jumping Spider. I agree. So big time agree. So how you doing, Spider? Speaking of Spider, Spider. I always love that username you got there. I know you be on my streams every once in a while, and that's great. I appreciate the views. I appreciate so much out of the people who like my content and stuff. Well, I don't know if I want to do something like that. I'm gonna have to do a redraw of something else, so it'd be a moment to find what I need. Okay, some of it's funny. You're very welcome. I'm doing pretty decent for right now. Things are going okay so far. Like I said, when the song life is good so far, it means to me that everything is going to be all right. Even though it's about being a celebrity, but at the same time, you're just yourself more than. Oh, let me find. Okay, hold on. I'll have to. Okay, I'll just have to figure out where I can find. I don't know. But like, yeah, I definitely need to redo a live stream poster. And looking through my old stuff, it's basically like, okay, this. It makes no sense. I will probably go over to the old shit file that has all the live stream posters. There we go. Some of these live stream posters are a bit too not safe for work, but I'll find something to redraw, maybe, or like, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Alright. I think there should be a moment. How to's. Not yet submitted. Site artworks. Oh, yeah. This was on YouTube. I decided Twinkies. I'm gonna have to redo this more properly. This one's gonna be a copy and paste. Copy. And I don't want to ruin the original of this. So All right, we are going very well with this, but like I'm doing pretty decent. I've been I've been busy with work. I've been busy with family. Like I value my family a lot. Sometimes more than work. But at the same time, no, a little extra money is okay. To every week, I get paid on a Wednesday. Yeah, this was based on a 2012. Like I have a video on just making fun of this art piece. They're wanting $5 million for Twinkies, right? Go closer. Go closer. Last box of Twinkies. And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell happened? And this was like in 2012. I gotta redraw this. I have to redraw this sometime. I just think it's hilarious. The expressions. I've been doing pretty good with expressions on my art now. So we'll go ahead and see how. This is gonna be great. But like, I love it. Okay, this is gonna be Letty Alt on the computer. Of course. Okay, sketch pencil. There goes Lennon. Alright. There goes Lennon. Alright, it's gotta get these. So, London, go lay down! She is such a brat, but I love her. One of my babies. It's supposed to be the laptop. Why am I thinking of Toyota laptop? It was my very first laptop was a Toshiba. And it was like, okay. Excuse me. Like it was just funny at this time. Like Twinkies were just really, really. I mean, this is before it got bought over. So, like, speaking of things getting bought over, my job, I have to make a better plan than just like I don't know, like do a better plan with like with my job situation because somebody's gonna buy the property. It's for sale right now, even though the company doesn't want to do anything about like owning the uh, property that my job is at. And like, I'm pissed. At the same time, like, dude, I really need like like I need to make a backup in case. I've been applying for jobs, but at the same time, no. It was just actually just really messed up that the I'll have to do this. It's like, yep. Hold on. I'll have to fix this part right here. And like it just really baffles me how there are some people who own like my job, my company job. Yeah, Jock is very important for this. Jock and this, he's going to be part of the joke. That's the joke. Can we buy them Twinkies? Jock was high on weed. He's going to be in it. That's another reason why I'd love to like oh but like I think it's just hilarious. He will be in the redraw. Yes, this is all in one. And I just got to do better in my expressions and my characters. And Jock. Nah. At least this is before in the alt lore of my life. This was before Amari got into a new relationship. And it was just quite weird that things are I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to figure out the lore in my life, kind of. Not like a lie, but like in a setting where my mind wasn't in the greatest place, and it was just it was just hell. But other than that, the lore of alt, basically like Lady Alt stayed with Jock. It's like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's before way before the breakup of Jock and Alt. Like Jock didn't want to accept the non-binary part. He would fully believe in like like I don't know how to explain it. A lot of people have known my lore for a long time when it came to like hold on, let me get this twist. Okay, that should be good. But like this was before the breakup of the alt universe. Like I think there should be a thing with Jock just trying to be polyamorous. And like with even spiritually I was in a delusionalized relationship with my ex, Larry. And it was just hell to deal with. I'm glad I don't have that obsession issue anymore. It's more for comfort than anything else. It is comfort. Jock was my comfort character, I realized. And Larry, my ex, didn't want anything to do with me. Even in our day of, like, just basically like Jock was there for me more than Larry. You know what I'm saying with this? I mean, it sounds weird. I'll have to do the face for man, my goodness. So I guess we got some YouTubers as well. YouTube people over here as well. I'm glad for that. Thank you all for coming by though. I'm glad, grateful. I know I did this a few times. But here we go. Just $5 million of Twinkies. But like, yeah, it just my life. Parts of my life has been like unhappy. I was very unhappy in my 20s. That something wasn't right with me. I was in so much of a delusion. 2026. But like it was sad for me through the years. I wasn't very happy. I was not a happy person. Oh hell. I know the boobs part is not like, yeah. Yes, I appreciate that. It was just so hard with identifying myself, especially my gender identity. Like people be like, my grandma would be like, "Oh, you're confused." No, I've never been confused. I just with being non-binary. Non-binary is kind of like being a tomboy or a femboy. You know, they don't know if what their life is going through. You know what I mean? Like my grandma doesn't understand that. My mom don't want to support the idea of, just using my preferred name. That part I'm unhappy about, but I'm like, you know what? I just gotta ignore it. I can't be telling my mom like, hey, just please call me Amari. Like, and I realized, you know what? And I'm glad my sister's understanding of that. She does it out of love and not out of political, which that's all I want. Out of love. Out of love. Not out of like, oh, let's go politics. I'm not trying to be political. And now that I know there is a thing called trans fatigue, and it was just about like how people are just tired of trans people being like shooters, or like Lily Tino is a great example of like fatigue and wanting nothing to do with the LGB. They're trying to separate the LGBT without the T, or the queer, or which I can understand. I think it should be a gender thing. To me, gender is religion to me. Not like in a sense of worshiping, like being that gender, but it's like about being yourself, being loved, being understood. Even if there's people out there who really piss you off, that you go out and go shoot people, which that's not right. Like I get the frustration, but you gotta understand not everybody's gonna bend their ass and bend your ass and kiss it, you know what I mean? And it really makes me sad that like trans people who are murderers, and I don't like that. Nothing against trans people, but some say it's a mental illness, but I just pray I don't go to conversion therapy because I'm non-binary and try and be forced into like a torturing moment. I'd probably regress. I would have a regression. You know what I mean? Like kind of like age regression, but like you're back into like being hurt, all because Trump wants to say like, oh, it should be a mental illness. Then what about people with autism? And they say autism is not an illness, and yet they try to say, hey, autistic people are horrible people or some shit. Like trying to figure out. I believe it's genetic, because if it wasn't, my boyfriend's dad is proof. He's an interesting individual. I like his dad. He's kind of like me when it comes to like jack of art trades. Like he would experience like he's got a lot of taxidermies. He has a lot of projects going on, which was like projects like resin, 3D printing, carving. He would have all these hobbies and stuff, and that's why I call it the art jack of art trades. That's basically what I am too. So basically, there's autistic people in older people. I believe my dad was on the autism spectrum too. Uh, Excuse me. All right, this one. All right, like it just amazes me. I believe autism is genetic, and I believe like gender is involved with autism. It just I don't know how to explain it exactly. I have nothing against autistic people. I'm autistic myself. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. James believes he's on the autism spectrum too. The way he's reserved. He don't talk very much. Some people think, oh, that's rude. It's rude sometimes, but then there are people out there who are like, okay, it's okay. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to. It just amazes me how I don't know how to explain it exactly. I don't want to be like considered psychotic. I'm schizoaffective bipolar, and there are people out there that are like, oh, you need to be on a disability when you become like eight, at a certain age to where oh, you got to be 60 something to get that. Like, no, not everybody is like an old person getting like state to federal funded. It just I don't know. Like it just messes me up when it came to like, oh, there's people out there who are schizoaffective. I have to have disability because I hate to depend on the government, but if they don't change their ways, like with the laws of like having to just can't find, if you can't get to the um get 2,000, you over $2,000 and you can't even afford a vehicle, let alone like bullshit. Well, not bullshit, but wheelchairs. Wheelchairs are expensive. CPAP machines are expensive, and it just kind of it messes me up that we can't even get married, and yet people like my sister says, oh, that's for protection. No. You know what I mean? Like, it messes me up that I don't know. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about this kind of stuff. It really frustrates me that we have to go up to $2,000 and don't get married. Disability rights are human rights. Like, they need a dumb. They need a dumb. Not dumb, but. Oh, goodness. It's just a lot. Okay. Yes. I apologize for ranting over Undo that. Yeah. So I got itch my head. It just saddens me that people have to suffer. We deserve better as humanity. Yeah. So sorry for the ear piercing noise. Yes, especially when my sister told me that Bush was a puppet when the time the towers hit. I know he planned it, but I still believe George Bush has something to do with it, with 9/11. And this is definitely 9/11.2 because, like, not like 9/11. I know that sounds very distasteful to say it like that. But what I mean is that when that, like, in the Bush era, gas was almost the same price as it is now. And most of the time, the war is basically for the oil. We got plenty of oil. It's just that Trump and his gooners, his goons or whatever I know it sounds stupid, but to say it like that. But like him and his gooners are like wanting more oil. And it really makes me angry. We got oil in Texas and other places. Just leave the Middle East alone. The Middle East doesn't need to be involved with this shit. You're just wanting to take away all the gasoline, oil barrels. You want to, just have a war. You always funded war over the stupidest shit. Stupidest shit. But yeah, I want to go back to the times. I wish I was a time traveler. I wish. I mean, I want to be a time traveler so bad. If I ever gotten rich, or like, I want to go out in space. Those nice things. Those sorts of nice things. And the thing is that, yeah, it knows. The world has gone nuts. Even children are cursed anymore. Like, speaking of children, like I said, I was at the mall with my sister and my niece just to get shoes for my niece because she's got big feet. And okay, hold on. Like, these little kids are like, they're running around not having their parents. Not like that. It's supposed to be. And it makes me sad that these children are running around like animals. I don't like it when kids aren't attended with an adult. Because who knows if they get kidnapped by PDF files or just any kidnapper. Any type of kidnapper. It bothers me a lot. These little kids were just running around, acting like animals, and no parent in sight. Like, okay, I'll have to erase that eye. I don't like that eye. But like, it just bothers me. It bothers me. But please keep your kids along with you. You know, I don't care if this is controversial of putting a leash on a kid. It bothers me that these parents don't know when to discipline their kids and tell them, no, we do not do that here in public. And to me, since they don't want to do anything about it, like, please discipline your kids. It doesn't matter if it's gentle parenting. Sometimes gentle parenting does not work. And it just bothers me that people are like, oh, you can't spank them. What else? I know it's not okay to be physically hurting kids. It's just that, you know, gentle parenting does not always work. And it's making, you're just being more friends with the kid than being a parent. You know what I mean? Oh, hell, this is. Okay, hold on. But yeah, it just bothers me every time. But yeah, oh, sorry, I don't mean to sigh like that, but no, undo that. Eyelashes like little kids' drawings. Alright, hold on. Oh, yeah. I think I'm gonna end this stream pretty soon. Because, oh, that eye is too big. Okay, I do not like that. But yeah, it bothers me that children be running around like animals. Excuse me, it don't matter. Discipline your kids, please. Like, people really need to be stop being so super sensitive about that subject. Since, I don't know. Goodness. No. No, I don't want his. Come on. No. Undo that. It's gonna be really hectic with the nose. Dog just has his nose up and everything. Go ahead to make that nose rounded. Like in the game, I guess. Can we buy them Twinkies? Can we buy them Twinkies? Jeez. His teeth. Just gonna redraw Jock and this. I'll have to save this. There he goes. It looks like he's high. He doesn't have eyebrows, but he's got like bumps like eyebrows. I planned on live streaming this Saturday. I will let you know in the post. And like, I do look forward to seeing my mom now, depending on what she's doing. My mom's just dealing with, she's back on the road. She actually, like, just, out on the road finally. She's cancer free, so she don't have to worry about cancer stuff anymore for now, if you know what I mean. Now everybody's gonna try to you know how many points a hat would have when it comes to the prototype from Poppy Playtime. And I realized, oh boy, everybody's gonna make the 3 pointed hats, put them in D do it yourself stuff. Oh, right. I'll save this. I got so much going on in my head. It's not the greatest piece of artwork, but let's see the difference between these two. So, yeah. About the faces, I love it. Da 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 da. I was like, oh. Well, guys, I guess I'll catch you on later, and be sure to like, subscribe, and all that, and share my works as long as you can't not cancel, as long as you credit me for it. And also, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Be sure to like, subscribe, and whatnot. And I'll see you probably uh, Thursday and maybe Saturday. I will let you know in a post within a couple days this week. I'll see you then.